Hey everyone, it's Mayor Fertig from the American Committee for Shaarei Tzedek Medical Center. We're here at the hospital in Jerusalem, and it's been a grueling 2.5 days, but we just wrapped the Kosher Halftime Show with the Nachum Segal Network, and working with 3 amazing people to put together a project that Shaarei Tzedek is going to be very proud of and very prominently featured in. Of course, I'm talking about Nachum Segal from the Nachum Segal Network, Ohad Moskowitz, everybody knows Ohad for his beautiful music, and Meir Kay, a man with 1.5 million followers on social media, though I'm certain his mother would not tell me it's his biggest accomplishment. Anyway, it's been, all 3 of you, thank you so much for making the trip here. You live here, of course, you're a lucky guy, but you too. Thank you.
Everybody came to me.
Exactly. We all came to you and to the hospital. Thank you all for being here and for everything that you're doing. What was this experience like? You've worked with Meir Kay once briefly, right?
Yeah.
What was this like?
We worked together. We knew that this would be unique, that this would be powerful, that this would be a tremendous production. And that's exactly what you guys are going to get. Everybody who's going to watch the Kosher Halftime Show. A really tight, crisp, amazing story that all took place right here at Shaarei Tzedek Medical Center with an amazing soundtrack, Mayor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great soundtrack,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
And that's Ohad, of course. And it was just a wonderful experience, very pleasant.
For those of you who don't know anything about the process of video production, there was a lot of listening to the same little bits of audio over and over and over as we work hard to get something right. Luckily, we had such an amazing soundtrack to work with. Ohad, your music is beautiful. What was it like for you taking that and translating it into a Meir Kay production?
Okay, so when we first met, we didn't know exactly what to look from each other. And
We haven't worked together before.
Never worked together. Right. And the first time I met him, he was already filming and doing his usual stuff, and I was like, okay. But I have to tell you, this was really, such a wonderful experience. Certainly, when we came here, like the hospital, I wasn't sure it was a great idea, but after this 2.5 days, I think it's, really wonderful experience. The kids were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The staff, everybody here in the hospital, was accommodating us. Great experience. And I'm looking forward for the Kosher Halftime Show.
What did you learn about Shaarei Tzedek that you didn't know before?
A lot of, what I loved about it is that, you have Arab kids and Jewish kids, and, treatment is the same. Everybody deserve the same treatment, and everybody, it's like being human, and no race, nothing. It's a kid is a kid. You don't really care where he's from. If he's from, if he's not from, if he's Israeli, if he's Arab. And I loved it.
Very nice. Meir Kay, have you ever been here before?
I've been to Israel and Jerusalem, of course, but I've never been to Shaarei Tzedek, and actually didn't really know it existed. Like when I arrived here, people asked me, "Mayor, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm producing, I'm directing this halftime show for Nachum Segal. I'm working with Ohad, and that's a place called Shaarei Tzedek. It's a hospital. I don't know if you know it." And like, everybody knows what Shaarei Tzedek is. So for me, it was like I did not know anything. I was living on a rock, obviously, and let's reiterate what Ohad said, that on so many spectrums, on so many different layers, the experience at Shaarei Tzedek was incredible. And that's like starting off with just like the exterior or the walls of just walking into the place. There's a certain energy, and then of course, as Ohad said, you meet the staff, you meet the kids, and you get introduced to all these different elements that they're so in the head of the game, how to interact with children, how to make them feel better. And I personally learned a lot from just being here, how I myself grew as a person, and also how to interact with kids who are not doing well, who are special, who are sick, and to be able to bring that back home. And
you personally, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You personally were involved in a couple of cases of making kids feel better, do stuff. Audrey Gross, who we worked with to help facilitate a lot of the details, was telling me this morning that you helped get a child discharged from the hospital who needed to drink a cup of water before they would let her go.
Oh.
And you helped tell us about that.
Oh, I mean, so for me, one of the most special moments, I get goosebumps easily because there are so many stories that I'm sure we all have. You see, besides, I'm going to sort of get back to it, but besides making the production and working and following the script, there were so many little stories along the way, meeting different parents and children, which would have made the production worth it alone. And we have so many experiences. And this one in particular, I had the honor to go into find this room, the costume room where the clowns hang out and where they go and dress up, and I think they're actually healers with, superheroes with red noses, really special. And so I joined them, I donned the costume, and I became a clown, Well, I'm always a clown, but on the exterior. And we went and we found one of the girls there, and we were working with her, and we did our little part with her. And then she was going, but she needed to drink some water, so we just I teamed up with the other clowns, and we just made like an improv skit to like work together and make her a bit more feel happy. And then we got into the mood, and yeah, you see, I didn't even know that was a thing. I just did it and I moved on. Now you're telling me it's a story.
Well,
I'm glad to hear that helped.
Oh, I had some experiences like that too. You met somebody.
Yesterday we did like a small concert, and we had a little break, and a mother comes to me and says, "Listen, my kid was so nervous about this day because he had to go into operation, and in the morning her kid told her, this is my worst day of my life. And when he entered the hospital, he saw the concert, he just sat, and he was having fun, and and then we interacted with him a lot of times, and his mother just came to me all the time and said, listen, thank you so much. He's been having a blast. It's so much fun. For him, this is the best place in the world. Right. And that, for me, was worth the whole thing. That's
fantastic. If I could just, Mayor, your videos, some of which have hundreds of millions of views. You were telling me one of your videos has over 250 million views,
yes.
Which is astounding. But if somebody were to look at your work online, they would see that a common thread, to me anyway, is the fact that we're all human and we're all alike, and that's a message that you really talk about a lot. And you mentioned seeing that here at Shaarei Tzedek. But something else that I've noticed is that in many of your videos, even those that have sort of a secular bent to them, you of course have a kippah and you're wearing tzitzis out very often. Yeah. What was it like bringing that message to a halachically operated hospital?
I think it's, yeah, absolutely. I definitely look at people beyond, what they believe in, their races, their cultures. I look at it as one race, the human race, as we know that saying, and it's true. So for me, coming to a halachically ran hospital, and for me, it's still a place, an establishment where they just help people, and so it's great. I consider that, and it's fantastic. But for me, I just try to go to the essence of what it is, and to connect with humans on human emotion, and try to move people who are viewing it to that to that place, and then obviously behind the scenes, I'm well interacting with people, just to see them as people, and just get another level what they're going through, and try to get to understand where they're at, and make them feel better, or work with them to do whatever we have to accomplish.
Well, you guys have done a great job. Nachum, you must be so excited to be bringing this production to the Nachum Segal Network.
I'm excited. We had a dream, a vision. That vision became a reality this week. Everybody who joined took to that vision very quickly, and they're very enthusiastic about it, and this could not have ended up any better.
Right. When can people see it? When's it being released?
8 o'clock. Sunday night, Eastern Time. That's what it's being made officially being released on NachumSegal.com, but I'm hoping within minutes it's going to be shared and posted in a variety of places, and hopefully by Monday morning, most of the people who are curious about everything that went on here in Jerusalem will have seen it already.
Very good, I'm sure. Thank you all again. It's been an amazing experience. I speak for everybody who's involved with the hospital, with the American Committee for Shaarei Tzedek. It's been an honor, a pleasure, and a blast to spend these 2.5 days of video shoot with you, and we thank you very much. To everybody listening and watching, don't forget to tune in 8 o'clock Eastern Time on Sunday on the Nachum Segal Network. We'll of course be sharing it on all of our different platforms, so no matter where you go, you hopefully won't be able to escape it. And thank you very much, and goodbye from Jerusalem.
Thank you, everybody.